Okay. We're back.
Meow.
So, it has been we're back. We've been on hiatus for a very long time.
When was the last time we posted?
It doesn't matter. December?
Yeah, I was thinking Christmas.
But you know what? We are back. We are better than ever. Welcome back to the Collegiate Cast, everyone. We are so excited to be back. We cannot wait to put some new episodes out. We are going to start off with a bang. We are going to do an all about fall episode today. So we're going to go over we're going to do some educational bits. So y'all are going to learn about, the animals that hibernate in Texas. There are some, believe it or not, even though it is still very hot, even in November. And then we're going to do some kind of pop culture things about fall, like a Pinterest fall girlies, a fall would you rather. But yeah, so I'm Lucy.
I'm Emerson.
And we are going to be your hosts for this episode. So how do you feel back on the Collegiate Cast?
Senior year.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, senior year. This is so...
Ugh, I hate talking about it. So much.
I don't know. It's not that I feel old. It's just like, you hear everyone saying like, oh, enjoy your high school years. They go by so fast.
They really do.
They really do, guys. They really do.
Literally, I thought about it the other day and I was like, wait, I'm an adult. Like, what?
Yeah,
what do I do now?
Emerson's birthday was this past week.
I'm officially an adult. I can do adult things. I can go to... I don't even know. Lord.
Well, it was so funny because I was having a conversation about this with someone because I turn 18 in a few weeks, and it was like, yeah, so... Oh, I was at my rock climbing gym because I have to refill out a waiver, and they were like, well, are you still 17? And I was like, yeah, but I turned 18 in a few weeks. And he was like, oh, well, if you're not gonna lead climb for a couple weeks, you can just wait and then fill it out yourself. I was like, oh my gosh.
I can sign myself out of school. I can leave.
But don't do that.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that.
We do not condone.
I have to go to the doctor alone now. That's so sad.
Yeah, I'm still gonna make my mom make my doctor's appointment.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not scheduling any appointments for me. That is my mommy's job still.
But yeah, senior year, I feel it's interesting for me too because I started podcast club and the Collegiate Cast freshman year, and to see it progress, and we had a little bit of a hiatus. We were super busy with school and with life, but now for it to...
And all our seniors last year leaving.
Yeah, just seeing the seniors graduate. I mean, Trinity's... A little update on the Collegiate Cast members. I believe Riley's still at North Texas, and Trinity is in Seattle, University of Seattle, and she's about to go to law school.
Lord.
So, really happy for her. Alejandro, shout out to him. He's at UNT also pursuing, I believe it's some sort of criminal justice, forensic science area.
I have no idea.
But yeah, so everyone is thriving in Delhi, and yep, they are all thriving. We are super proud of them and all that they have accomplished at Collegiate Academy and all the things they are going to accomplish at their four-year universities. So yeah, just a little shout out. But we are going to get right into this. So we'll get out the educational bits so that way you guys can learn something in the beginning, and then we'll get to this fun stuff. So, contrary to popular belief, the word hibernation does not mean you're constantly sleeping. So it just means... Why are you making that face?
I just thought they just slept for months. Okay, well, maybe I'm learning something too.
So hibernation, and I'm gonna get the full actual definition,
yeah,
but
what's the actual definition of it?
I'm gonna get the scientific definition. So it's a state of minimal activity and metabolic depression undergone by some animal species. So their heart rate is lowered, their temperature, they have a low body temperature, their breathing is a lot slower, their metabolic rate's a lot slower. So basically their body is just moving at a slower pace, which allows their body to rest and recover and sleep, for lack of a better term, sleep through the winter.
They're doing it turtle style.
They're doing it turtle style. So, couple animals that hibernate in Texas. Now, even though it is still hot, like, animals will still hibernate. I mean, it's not, super hot, but it does stay warm throughout the burr months, September, October, November, December.
Yeah, it's still really hot. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Lord.
It's a little toasty outside.
Yeah.
So, animals that hibernate, so we're just going to start bats. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Austin, but there's a bridge, they call it like the Bat Bridge, and there's a bunch of bats that hide under there. It's on like Lady Bird Lake or something like that, and they all fly out like all at one time at a certain time in the night. Those guys hibernate. Bats are some that hibernate, so they enter hibernation to survive the winter months, just because bats' bodies are very sensitive.
They're little guys.
They're sensitive to temperature changes. There's actually something that I read about how if the temperature changes too quickly, their bodies can adapt and they just fall over and die.
Oh. Well, that's sad.
It is sad. And then ground squirrels. So if you live in like Grapevine or South Lake or, the areas by the lake, and even if you don't live by the lake, there are still a lot of squirrels that are around always, all the time.
Everywhere. They're taking over the world slowly. If they don't all get hit by cars.
So yeah, ground squirrel, they're on here on my notes. I just have ground squirrels, but they hibernate and their hibernation can last up to several months. So their body temperature can drop to near freezing just so that way they can recover and their bodies can really slow down like their heart rate and their breathing rate and stuff. So a lot of other, a couple other things that scientists associate with hibernation is also different states of hibernation. So they're called sleep states. So one of them is called torpor, I think it's pronounced. So it's a lighter form of dormancy, often confused with hibernation. So bears undergo torpor, and it's a form of extended sleep, but they can wake up more easily compared to like hibernation.
So essentially you could poke them and they would wake up.
Kind of. A couple other animals that like to hibernate, maybe just not in Texas, but animals that hibernate just elsewhere. We have different types of birds. They like to hibernate. If you are on TCC's campus, if you're a Collegiate Academy student, you will see the geese. The geese are migrating.
Oh my gosh. They run in front of my car all the time and they just stand there and they look at me like,
what you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna move around me? Are you gonna wait for me? And oh my gosh, I have to go to class. Get out of my way.
But yeah, so geese and actually monarch butterflies, if you are a GCISD kid, you may remember the butterfly flutterby art competition that we did in elementary school.
Yeah.
And that's too.
Did you guys hatch them too?
I don't remember if
I hatched them.
I think ours actually died. I don't remember. I think, yeah.
Well, mine lived and they were awesome. Not really. It was really anticlimactic and it was kind of sad.
But anyway, that's because monarch butterflies migrate, and when they migrate, they come through our region of Texas in the North Texas area. So we like to celebrate the city of Grapevine will celebrate that migration, and they will host that art festival at the Botanical Gardens. But yeah, so geese, butterflies, and a bunch of other different types of birds are good examples of migration, which also happens during the winter when animals move from the north to the south, typically going all the way down to like South America, Mexico, Central America, and they'll cut through Texas because we're a good little animal bird highway. So there we go.
Highway is crazy. We're just a highway.
I mean, the state of Texas is I-35 is the state of Texas. Anyway, one thing that I don't know why I didn't think that they did this, but alligators also hibernate. You wouldn't really think that they do. Yeah.
Do they sleep under the water?
I don't know. But so they go through something called brumation, which is another different type of hibernation. So they slow down their metabolic rate and they stop eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like diet? They're just going on a diet?
They're just going on a diet.
They're cleansing.
It's a juice cleanse.
Yeah, yeah.
So this will last between October and March. Typically, hibernation lasts from about October to March for most animals. Sometimes it can be a little bit later, like a November to April situation. But yeah, so some alligators create mud holes for warmth and shelter, while others reside in like underwater, surfacing occasionally to breathe.
Oh,
So,
well,
yeah.
do they just like come up and they're like, and then they go back down? Like, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like whales.
Oh.
But I don't think whales don't hibernate.
I don't think alligators are like whales. A lot less violent.
Anyway, and then the last animal that we're going to talk about are snakes. So,
Ew.
like I mentioned before, if you live near Lake Grapevine or really any like swampy, marshy type kind of humid area.
Yeah, our lake is not a real lake. It's just filth.
It's just filth.
It is brown, dirty water.
I mean, you're not wrong. Anyway, so snakes hibernate. They will burrow or crawl into spaces, like small spaces, sometimes under, like, kind of in the roots of trees, just underground, like in burrows. Sometimes they'll hibernate in kind of swampy, marshy areas, so that way they're kind of more in the mud. But this is the way... Yes, but snakes, yes, so snakes are another animal that hibernates. They usually become more lethargic as the temperature drops, so they become more like... lazy is not the right word. Yeah, just kind of like... like, I feel like just like slower, more tired. They just kind of like thump around.
Thump around? They're just a long noodle.
Yeah, they just like noodle around.
Oh.
Yeah. And then another animal that I did want to mention that hibernates in the state of Texas are prairie dogs. So, fun fact, my college algebra professor and my calculus 1 professor, they were the same person. He had pet prairie dogs, and they were named like Leibniz and honestly I think it was Pythagoras, like after famous mathematicians. But he would tell us about how even though they were domesticated, they still kind of hibernated. He could tell how like they would get slower and they wouldn't like have as much energy when it would get colder.
How did he like
I don't know.
How did he where did he get these?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did he just go out and like, you're coming home with me? You're coming home with me, I'm taking you.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I genuinely don't remember. But prairie dogs go through the same kind of phase of hibernation that bears go through, so like that torpor. I really don't know how to pronounce it. This is really embarrassing. So the coldest periods of the winter. So their appetite decreases, their energy levels decrease, they will sleep for many days at a time, but they have an easier time waking up, coming back from like hibernation, I guess you could say.
Did he ever think that they were like gone? Like sleeping a few days and he's like, hello?
I don't know.
Are you alive?
I should have asked. So yeah, that was our fun little educational portion. I hope you learned something about animals that hibernate in Texas. So we're gonna kick it in with some little cultural fun things about fall.
Pinterest core.
Okay, let's start with Pinterest core. I always, okay, this is gonna sound like so derpy. I wanted to be a Pinterest fall girl.
Oh, yeah. No, when I go to the pumpkin patch off of Halls every year, I thrive to get those cute little Pinterest pictures for my Instagram. And I know it sounds bad, but I want that aesthetic. I want it. I want it on my Instagram so bad. And I can never get it because I always end up looking like a 5-year-old trying to like take a picture, and it's bad.
Yeah, oh my gosh. But I can remember, like, it's the, honestly, whenever I think of Pinterest girl fall, I think of kind of a mix of like Pinterest girl and like Tumblr autumn, where you're mixing like, it's all like the knee high rise boots and the suede and the hats, like the
little
flat beanies, the flat rimmed hats and the big like thick scarves and the cardigans.
Yeah, see,
like,
we can't do that here.
We can't do that.
It's hot. It's still hot.
But when I was like able to do that when it would get cold, I was like 8. and I would look like I'm going to like my corporate job at age 8. And
oh no, yeah, because I had Pinterest before like any other social media.
Yeah.
So as I was like growing up, I would save things on Pinterest, and I was like, yep, I want to look like that when I'm older. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I don't have the time, the money, or the energy to dress like this. What was I thinking?
Every day.
I think during the wintertime, I just end up wearing like sweats and like hoodies all the time. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I just want to crawl in bed and sleep.
Yeah. I feel like I remember when COVID, obviously when COVID hit, and there was that, I was in the first wave of kids that came back. So I came back like September 8th, but there was that period of time when everyone was online, and I kid you not, I ordered 5 pairs of sweatpants for every day of like the school week.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I would dress in a good shirt, and then I would have my pajama fuzzy pants and my fuzzy socks on. And there was classes where we didn't have to turn on our camera.
Yeah.
So I would set an alarm, and I would go do other things while the class was running, and then I would come back when the alarm went off and log out of the class.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was so bad.
But I feel like now, like in 2024, rather than it being like Pinterest girl autumn, it's like cottagecore autumn. Like,
I don't even know the definition of cottagecore besides the whole like fairy aesthetic or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're not gonna dress up in fairy ears every day. It's too much energy.
Yeah. I feel like I was a flannel plaid girly.
Oh yeah, I still am. I still will wear a good flannel.
A good flannel around the waist.
Oh yeah.
Really 2013 core.
Take a nice aesthetically looking picture of my pumpkin spice latte.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even like pumpkin.
Pumpkin spice lattes. I feel like we just grew up and they were already super popular. Like, I don't...
In unpopular opinion, I think they're overhyped.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Don't get the idea of drinking straight pumpkin. I can get down for some good pumpkin pie, but a pumpkin latte, guys, like, I feel like I'm just drinking pumpkin, and it's sometimes they get too strong. They put too much pumpkin or cinnamon in there, and then it's like
you're drinking the syrup. It's not.
Oh my gosh. And you're not even getting like that coffee taste anymore.
So I googled it. So for Starbucks, they came out in 2003. But the pumpkin spice latte, like just the drink itself, was popular in like the late 90s through just like smaller coffee shops, smaller coffee chains, things like that. Right. But 2003 was when they debuted in Starbucks. And then so they started in 2003, and then in 2008 when I don't know if it was Facebook, it just says social media. When social media started becoming more popular, people would post their pumpkin spice lattes, and that's how it really became popularized, was through social media in 2008.
Maybe I'll ask my cousin. She's what, 24, 25?
Yeah.
So she was alive.
Oh yeah.
When that whole thing, but I think that like, what was it, like 2016, like 20,
oh my gosh,
the 2000s era was when like it really popped off on Instagram, because you got those like those filters of like you know that like blue and purple filter that you put over everything.
But no, I feel like the like, because Instagram came out in 2010, and so I feel like in like the 2010 through like 2016, 2017 is where the golden age of like Instagram and social media, especially for fall, when people would get the pumpkins and put it on the side of their head, and then they would like, it would be pumpkin head, best friend head, other pumpkin, and they would do like
a little kissy face or something.
Yeah, just
there was a period of time when people were cutting out pumpkins.
Oh no, exactly.
And they were like putting them on their heads.
For real.
And I was like, oh, that's yummy for your hair.
And then I can remember in 2019 when the ghost trend was going around, where you would put the sheet over your head.
I never understood that trend, because like I didn't. Why are we cutting up our sheets, guys?
Yeah, well, and I'm talking about the one where it was before you cut up your sheets and you just put the sheet and the sunglasses. But that song, like, I can be the only one who hears you, like, that's now nostalgic for me. And it was only, like, 5 years ago. But that song is now, like, engraved in my brain of, like, 7th grade right before COVID fall. But I still, like, there is still a picture on my Instagram of me laying in, like, a pile of pumpkins. I will put it on our YouTube, on the YouTube video of our podcast. Yeah.
Trust me, I will be taking some nice fall aesthetic pleasing pictures at the fall.
Yeah,
what is it, pumpkin patch?
No, it wasn't even at Halls. It was like at the pumpkin patch over by the botanical garden in Grapevine, like in front of the church.
If it's a fire picture, it's a fire picture. You can't hate.
I was 12, so I don't even know if it was a fire picture or not.
Oh.
I'll let you guys decide. But it was a kind of, I feel like I always look forward to the people who really commit to the fall photos on Instagram and even Facebook, like the moms that like going out to the pumpkin patch with our family, #fall y'all, like what? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna pivot. When did fall y'all become a thing?
Okay, so my boyfriend's mom is 100%. She is like the type of mom. She has 5,000 posts on Instagram. 5,000 posts. Okay. And I love her. Oh my god, she puts so much effort into her Instagram that she has already set up for Halloween. 2-3 weeks ago, she was like, I need this down. We're gonna set up for Halloween. And she already has a goose out front in a pumpkin costume with a pumpkin on its head. And her whole inside of her house has nothing but Halloween stuff in there. And I thrive to be like that in life. Because, oh my gosh. Like, and I know that she's going to post, like, some fall y'all thing. Because I've seen all her posts. Yeah. I tried to, like, stalk her to see, like, like, if she has any posts up from the ex-girlfriend or whatever. No. Dude, I couldn't. After about 500 posts, I was like, okay.
I'm done.
I can't do this anymore, guys. Because they go all the way back to, like, 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw something actually, like, this morning on Instagram where it was like, if people can decorate for Christmas in November, I can decorate for Halloween in September.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely.
What is it, Spirit Halloween? Oh. No, but Spirit Halloween, they open in, like, what, August?
Yeah, they open very, very early. Well, I don't even know if it's very, very early, but they open. They're open.
Oh yeah, because I have friends that like consistently work there like every year, and dude, like sometimes like I think they need to update it on Google Maps because I tried to go to Spirit Halloween and they had like 3 different locations that just didn't exist. Wow. I drove to 3 different places and they just weren't there. They hopped up and walked away, I guess.
Okay, what was your... I'm gonna go into this now. We're gonna pivot. What was your most iconic Halloween costume as a kid?
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember, like, my Halloween costumes. Dude, like, I don't even know. I know that, like... I think that I've always been into Halloween, so I've always had, like, some cool costumes. But I think that, like, what was it? I think freshman year I had
it was
Emily from Corpse Bride.
That one, I remember that one.
And that was gas.
That one was iconic.
I love that one.
That one was iconic.
But I've always put such effort into, like, what I wear on Halloween that, like, I think last year I didn't go all out because I was just, like, I was tired. I was working a lot. But, like, I mean, I went and I still did, like, trick-or-treating with my little brother and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I think, like, growing up, when I was little, I was, like, a bumblebee, like, 8 times.
Oh,
I was
so
a bee.
Cute.
Like 8 times.
I immediately know this answer. In 4th grade, I dressed up as a Starbucks Frappuccino.
Like, did you get the whole cutout? Like,
Hold on. Yeah, let me find it for you, and I'll put it on our YouTube video. And you know what? I'll probably even put it on our Instagram, because it is that iconic, guys. I'm telling you.
You did a whole little cutout.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think for me, like, I went as, like, Winnie the Pooh a few years.
Okay.
I went that, like, during 6th grade. And I think that, like, I don't even remember. Oh, my gosh. I do remember which one I had. When I think it was 5th grade, I had this really big, like, it was, like, 1800s dress.
Okay.
It was, like, medieval times, big dress. That it was gorgeous sage green, and it had gold accents on it.
Wow, okay.
And, dude, I ran around trick-or-treating in that thing.
As you should.
With one of those, you know, those medieval time, like...
Oh, yeah.
Those triangle, like, cone hats.
Yes.
With the little... It's like a feather thing coming out of the top of it.
Yes.
Yep, I had one of those on, and I wore that the whole night.
Iconic. Okay, I can't find this photo, but I will find it later. But I've done some pretty, like, in 2nd grade, I was Cleopatra. I've been, like, a 60s diner girl.
I think all of us have.
Yeah.
Or the poodle skirts.
It wasn't exactly a poodle skirt, but yeah, it was like a...
I think every girl has had a time where they wore a poodle skirt, or had one, or owned one.
Or made one.
Oh, yeah.
Made one, yeah, and then...
I think I got mine from my grandma that made one for me.
One year, I did Lilo and Stitch with a friend. I was Lilo. I've done... I'm trying to think. I was an Incredible. I got a black skirt and just an Incredible shirt and said I was an Incredible.
That's fire.
Freshman year, me and my friends did the Scooby-Doo gang. Do you remember that?
That was so cute.
That one was truly iconic. That got us a big photo in the yearbook. And then sophomore year, we did the Powerpuff Girls.
Right.
And then last year, JJ and I were Thor and Loki.
I think, like, freshman year, I was Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, I was
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
And then last year, I was, like, Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
At school. And then I think after that, I also was, like, I don't even remember what I actually ended up going as. I have no idea.
Yeah. My mom's favorite one that I ever went as was Tigger. From Winnie the Pooh.
Stop, because my little brother went as that once, and he literally destroyed that costume, but he rubbed himself in dirt.
Oh my gosh.
He just went, and he was, like, rolling around in the dirt, like he was just having...
That's really funny.
He was just having a great time.
He really was.
He was like, look, I'm in dirt. I was like, oh, nice.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna end it up with some fall Would You Rather. Are you ready?
Got you.
Okay. This first one is so odd. Would you rather make friends with a raccoon or a possum?
I want a raccoon. I want one as a pet, so it would have to be raccoon.
Okay. I think, yeah, raccoon's pretty cute. Let me see. Would you rather carve a pumpkin or peel apples?
Oh, carve a pumpkin, because I don't feel like apples would be very fun.
No. Yeah, I don't know really. That one, yeah, that one was kind of weird. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Would you rather get lost in a corn maze or a pumpkin patch?
Corn maze.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome.
Yeah, but I feel like they're more trained to find someone who's lost in a corn maze, because that happens more often than someone getting lost in a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
I feel like that's...
I don't think you can get lost in a pumpkin patch. It's like one big, like, empty field with pumpkins.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Okay, would you rather go apple picking or haystack riding? Like you would go on the haystack ride.
Apple picking, because I always get so itchy. It's so, like, it's cute for the aesthetic, but it's itchy.
So right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, there's a place called Apple Holler, which is it's kind of what it sounds like. It's a big apple orchard, but they have, like, a giant playground for kids. They make the best, like, cinnamon sugar donuts. But to get to the apple picking place, like the apple picking part of the place, you have to ride the haystack ride, which is literally just a giant cart being pulled by a pickup truck. But yeah, and that's like a core memory for kids who grew up in the Midwest, is like going to your local apple orchard and picking apples. I feel like that's a very Would you rather smell like pumpkin spice or cinnamon for the entire fall?
Can I pick neither? Like, dude,
yeah,
those are like huffing, like straight, like.
Do you remember the cinnamon challenge?
Yes.
Oh gosh, that was dangerous. Genuinely dangerous.
It's not as bad as the Tide Pod challenge. I don't think people actually did that, but like, I got concerned for some people.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay. Would you rather wear a big comfy hoodie or a cozy sweater?
A hoodie.
Okay.
I have one of those really big ones that are like blankets.
Okay.
That like goes down to my ankles. And I live in that during the winter time.
What's your go-to like fall Halloween movie or something like that?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay. That one's pretty
good. Or anything Tim Burton.
Yeah. I would say like any of the Halloween Town movies. Either one of the Hocus Pocus movies.
Yeah, the Hocus Pocus ones I always watch every single year.
Iconic. Yeah, I would say one of those. Would you rather have candy corn for teeth or acorns for eyes?
Acorns for eyes. I don't like candy corn. They're not aesthetically pleasing to me. They taste gross.
Really? Because I love them.
I can't with candy corn. Like...
Yeah, comment down below if you're a candy corn person or not, because I feel like that you're either yes or a big hard no.
Oh yeah, there's no in between. I'll eat one, maybe, in a whole, like, during the whole year.
Okay.
Maybe one.
Okay, this is for all my event, like, party planning host people. Would you rather host a Thanksgiving dinner or a Halloween party?
Halloween party. That would be so much easier than a Thanksgiving dinner. Because I feel like it's just so much easier. Grab some snacks, some chippies, grab giant Jenga, and a bunch of those 2-liter bottles of sodas, and you're good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and make up a good one for our last one. All right. Okay, here we go. Would you rather wear your most embarrassing Halloween costume or wear one your mom picks out for you?
My worst one. Okay. Because I have no embarrassment. I don't have embarrassment.
Okay.
Like, I painted my face as a Minion and went to see the Minion movie.
Okay.
Like, I would be fine. But my mom, no.
Shout out to Deidre.
No, that would not. Like, I think the years that she picked out my Halloween costume were the years that I just wanted to go home. Like, I'd rather free will, like, what I want to be than have somebody pick my outfit out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of the Lilo and Stitch one.
Get that Frappuccino costume on.
But that one was iconic. I would gladly wear that one again.
I feel like it's inconvenient, though.
Yeah. I mean, but okay, the only reason, and this is a shout out to all my, like, YouTube girlies, it was because Laura DIY made the costume.
Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on that. That was iconic, and her whole page was just
so aesthetically pleasing.
Oh yeah.
But that was why I wore that costume, because I saw her do it in one of her YouTube videos one year, and I did it. So that's what I did.
Oh yeah.
But no, I think honestly, I would kind of, it's not that I don't trust my mom, because I do, but I feel like because I haven't really had any embarrassing Halloween costumes, that I would just wear whatever I would consider my most embarrassing one. So.
Yeah, I don't think I've had anything, like, really bad that I would, like, say.
Yeah.
But, like, I think that my mom would just pick something out that I just wouldn't like.
Yeah, I feel like my mom she would know that she would pick one out from, like, that she would be picking one out for me, and she would purposefully, like, put me in a grape or something like that.
A grape is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Put you a celery. Put you a nice little celery stick.
Alrighty, so we hope that you enjoyed our super fun fall, all things fall episode. I want to bring back our student shout out, so I'm just going to do a huge massive student shout out to all of our student-led clubs at Collegiate Academy. They are so impressive, and we are so proud of them every single day with everything that they have accomplished, and some of them starting from the ground up. I mean, even our our UIL teams who've made it to state, our crochet club who has just been thriving, cooking club, just all of them. Just a huge shout out to you guys and all of the club leaders for just getting everything done. And we are so proud of you.
God, y'all put so much effort into them, and it's amazing.
It's
to
so
watch
impressive.
them grow.
It's so impressive. All right, guys. So I'm Lucy.
I'm Emerson.
And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.